I don't know if anybody saw the news that popped up this morning from Xbox. Not happy. So Xbox has now announced that they will be raising the price on our subscriptions. So anybody who has Game Pass Ultimate is going to be charged an additional $10 a month on top of the $20 they're already paying. So they're going to be charging us $30 a month for the pleasure of having Game Pass Ultimate with access to the full library. Now, while they're guaranteeing that you'll have access to day one, sorry, that's driving me nuts. While they're guaranteeing access to day one game releases, which granted can be a perk, especially if you play a lot of games, but they're also trying to sweeten the pot by justifying the $30 by saying, oh, look, we're doing Ubisoft Plus as part of it for the, it'll save you money. The only problem with that is, yeah, that's great and good if you've got some of these younger gamers who have never played the Ubisoft games. But anybody who's my age, our age, if you're an older gamer, yeah, we done played all those. Most of us own them. In fact, excuse me. Yeah. We have this really cool thing called a hard copy. Oh, wait. Hang on. Excuse me while I reach into the vault here. We have this really cool thing called, oh, look. That's on Game Pass. I own it. Ubisoft Plus. Oh, wait. I own it. Fallout 76 Game Pass. Oh, wait. I own it. Dragon Age Inquisition. Oh, wait. I own it. So, if you've played one Assassin's Creed game, because that's all Ubisoft, if you've played one Assassin's Creed game, then you more than likely own it, because back in the day, you went and got it from GameStop. You waited for the midnight release, you walked over, you showed up, you did your pre-order, you had your subscription for GameStop, and you bought the game, and you had a hard copy disc that you then, oh yes, see, I even have Star Wars The Old Republic, back when it was a hard copy on this really cool thing called a CD. Yes, I've been playing this since it went live server. I have a founder's title in this, by the way. So you would go to GameStop and you would get this game. Assassin's Creed, the first one came out when? And they've had how many since then that they're advertising on the Ubisoft? The only new game that anybody who plays Assassin's Creed probably does not own already is Mirage, which is still not new, and Shadows. Everything else, I guarantee, if you're into AC, you either have the hard copy that you bought at GameStop back in the day when it first came out, because you had to have the new installation, you had to have 3, you had to have Black Flag. And when they went to digital, you were buying them on the sale. In fact, right now, on Ubisoft, you can buy the original Assassin's Creed game for $5. In fact, you can buy Mirage right now for $15. If you really want to do Shadows, it's 40% off right now. Because their sales are doing so bad that they are doing an autumn sale to try to sell copies of Shadows to make it look like, well, let's just face it, make it look like people are more interested than they are. Because let's just face it, I'm not going to pay full price for the game. But you put it on a deep enough sale discount, I'll check it out. I hate it. I'm not $70 pissed. I'm $30 disappointed, but I'm not $70 pissed. So, and same with the other game series that they have, like the Tom Clancy series, another perfect one. Ghost Recon, all those games, The Division. Chances are you've already owned them or you've already played them. So why is the Ubisoft Plus a perk? Unless you've never played anything Ubisoft ever before in your life. Highly unlikely. Ubisoft's a big hitter. They have been for years. So, in my case, I can't justify it. So, $30 is a lot of money. Plus, if you're paying for... That's just to turn your Xbox on, pretty much. If you play any kind of multiplayer game, or you want the Xbox achievements, or, you know, anything like that, you have to pay to play. So, where's the incentive? There isn't any. So, us older gamers, we got our hard copies, we buy our digital sales, CD keys, Steam. Steam's a big one. Most of my games are PC now. There's only maybe 3 games that I play now on Xbox, and that's Fallout 76. And honestly, that's only because my character is already built on Xbox. So for me to switch over to Steam and PC play, if it was just me, I'd switch over. I wouldn't care. But I play with other people, and they're all invested in the Xbox. So now they kind of have me there. So I'm personally going to be switching over to the Xbox Essentials. So I guess I should be thanking them. They've saved me $20 a month. Because I'm switching down. So they're losing. They're actually going to lose people. So how many of you are going to do the same thing? Are you going to switch down? Or are you going to cancel altogether? Because even... And this is something that I pointed out to a post that N Squared Podcast posted about it. They're also canceling their subscription. He also plays other things. He does Switch. So, you know, he's got the Switch subscription. So, excuse me. I keep sliding down my chair. So, he has, you know, he has the Switch that he also does. So, when you compound that, it starts getting expensive. Plus, like in my case, I have Fallout 76. I have Fallout First. That's $15 a month. On top of $30 a month. So now I'm paying $45 a month. For what? It's not worth it. But the point I made on his post is that while Microsoft has been buying, over the last few years, Microsoft's been buying a lot of game studios up. So like they own they own Ubisoft, they own Bethesda, they own Blizzard. They've pretty much bought out all of their major competitors. They bought out Lionsgate Studio and shut it down. The ones that did Fable, they shut them down. They bought the studio, shut them down. No more games. Now they're starting up Fable under a different studio. But the fact of the matter is, they've been slowly building up as close to as they can to a legal monopoly of gaming platforms. Right now, their biggest contender is Steam. And as long as Steam can hold fast, they won't dominate the full market. So, hang in there, Steam, please. For us, for the gamers. We're, you know, we don't like being bullied by big corporations like that. It just, no. Look what happened with GameStop. They tried to shut down GameStop. What did we do? We bought all the stock. Ha. So, But I pointed out, if you're buying the average, if they're buying all these studios, and I get what they're trying to do, they're trying to make, I'm sure somewhere inside the Microsoft machine, there was probably a very disgruntled gamer who made the suggestion, what if we start buying the studios and we have control over the games because they suck? So what if we had the power to make the games not suck if we owned the studios? I can see the logic in this. And then somebody up at the top going, ooh, I like that idea. Because now we can force the narrative, force this where we want to go, force the game price games up because there's no competition. So I can see both sides of the scale there. But the problem is, when you have a platform that brags that they have the most comprehensive game library on a platform, which they do, they boast over 400 games. Some of them are new, some of them, excuse me, older ones that they're trying to get people interested in again. But the problem is, the average working American that they are catering this to does not have the time to play a game library that expansive in the course of a year, or even two, while still making the money to cover their household, their family, their food, their expenses, and then still somehow pay for an overpriced console with an overpriced subscription base and the cost of power and internet steadily climbing that is required to power said console. How are they supposed to do that? At what point have you now surpassed the scale of reasonability? So, anyway, that's enough of my rant. But, yeah. So Microsoft has now kicked us in the gonads. Right in the goalies. So, sorry, Microsoft. You're gonna start losing people. You can't do that to gamers. Unlike people who lap up Hollywood dribble, gamers, I'd like to think, are a little more resistant to that, especially when you start hitting their wallets like that. We're already unhappy about the $80 games. I'm sure you've noticed by now, game sales are dropping, pre-orders are dropping. I wait till they're on sale. I'll wait past the release. Unless it's a game I really need to try. And it's usually for the stream, not for any other reason. I'll wait. I'll wait you out. Not gonna matter to me. I got plenty of games I can play. Like Mirage, which we're playing right now.